Hello and welcome. Fantastic to have you here. We've got a great session on today. And just bringing the microphone a little bit closer to me. We've got a great session on today, and it's all about the 7 tips for feeling like a more confident leader or in your leadership role. So I'm going to show you 7 ways that you can feel more confident in your role if you're lacking that at the moment. And let me give you a bit of a scenario of when that might be happening. If you've been given a leadership role and you're feeling like, as soon as a problem comes up, you're going by your boss to say, will this work or will this work? And you're always second guessing yourself. If you're starting to feel like your team is not listening to you because they don't feel like you've got confidence, so how can they have confidence in you? If all those things are happening to you, then maybe it's time to sort of sit back and reassess and go, all right, well, I need to be a more confident leader. So how do I do that? I need to do some things to change this current situation. All right. So what do we have to do? Number 1, everything that you do, whether you have to have a courageous conversation or be in a conflict situation or a confrontational type situation, any of those sort of situations which happens to us as leaders. We've got a team of people with different personalities. If you find yourself in that sort of environment, we're going to have an emotional response. So whether that be annoyance, anger, fear, whatever it may be. What we need to try and do as leaders is try and work out how we can manage those responses. So how are we going to manage those emotions? So I knew a great leader who had a team of people, but his team of people stopped coming to him with problems because he used to react. If someone would walk in the door and say, hey, boss, sorry, machine number 2's down, he'd go, oh, no, oh, my God, I can't believe machine number 2's down, oh, no. And, he'd have this emotional response. And in the end, his team was saying to me, you know what, Tina, I'm not going to go to that person anymore because, I don't want to upset him or make him feel bad or whatever. So we'll just have problems and we'll just try and deal with them the best we can and we won't tell them about it. So you don't want that, okay? So because he had such an emotional response and he didn't sort of wasn't able to manage that response because he wasn't aware of the impact that he was having on other people, then all of a sudden, all these problems weren't getting told to him. So if volume was down or if, something was happening, he had no idea about it. And you do not want to be in that situation. Okay, so it's about, yes, you're going to have an emotional response. How are you going to manage that? So if you're about to go into somewhere and have a bit of a conversation one-on-one and there's going to be a bit of conflict or confrontation there, how are you going to manage your emotion? Give yourself 15 minutes to sit at your desk and work out what that conversation is going to look like. Work out what are they going to come back with? What is your response going to be? How are you going to keep yourself settled? And some exit strategy. So if things do get out of hand, what are you going to do to say, you know what, let's go and have a break for 10 minutes and go grab a coffee, breathe in and out, and let's come back and rediscuss, and we'll do it in a really constructive way. What is going to be your exit strategy like that? So it just allows you to manage your emotions. So number 1, keep those emotions out of it and learn how to manage them. You're going to have an emotional response. How do you handle that? Number 2, it's all about doubt. So if we can't make a decision as a leader, if someone comes to us and says, oh, we need to do A or B, and you're going, oh, I don't know whether we should do A, or maybe we should do B, or maybe we shouldn't do either, or let me go and find out and I'll ask someone else. This all stops you being a confident leader. Okay, I know that you need to find certain things out, but at some stage you need to trust on what you've seen in the past and trust your gut on what's in the future. So take the doubt out of it and become more decisive. People respect a leader that makes decision, even if there's an occasional wrong decision. They'll respect you for making a decision than being indecisive and doubtful. So really, really important that you speak with a bit of conviction and a bit of authority. And even if you do want to find out information, say, right, give me the rundown. What's A doing? What's B doing? Okay, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to go have a think about what we need to do and then come back and we'll get some different options of what we can do. Then go away and make a couple of phone calls or look up a couple of things on your computer or whatever you have to do. So you can still give yourself time, but do it in an authentic and have conviction with it. So number 3, around confidence, you got to fake it till you make it. So even if you're feeling really nervous or whatever, plant a smile on your face, okay, and just act a little bit more confident than you feel. So do a bit of faking till you make it. Confidence is all about persistency of being able to show that you're confident, to show that you're there for the real deal. If we are continuously being indecisive and looking like we're nervous and all that sort of stuff, then people are going to lose faith in us, and we don't want that to happen. We just need a bit of time, right? So in that period where you need a bit of time to feel confident because you're not quite there yet, just fake it. Plant a smile on your face and fake it till you make it. The next one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, I had to count then, I haven't put numbers against them. Number 5, what I want you to do is know what your strengths are. So build your self-awareness. And if you don't know how to do that, there was a great video I did on that last week, building your self-awareness and determining where your strengths are. Leverage off those strengths. If you're great at running meetings, then leverage off that strength. If you're great at building relationships, then leverage off that strength, whatever it may be. So find out what those strengths are. How do you do that? Get feedback from others. Hey guys, what do you think I'm really good at? I need you to tell me, because there's some things I know about, A, B, and C, but there might be some things I don't know about. Get feedback, embrace that feedback. Do some surveys online that I talk about last week in that video. So do some surveys online. Do all those sorts of things to try as much as you can to determine what your strengths are and start leveraging off your strengths. The next one is have a vision of what the leader you want to be. Look at you might have somebody that led you in the past, or might have been an ex-manager or leader, and they were really good at such and such. So you've got to take a piece of that and a piece of that and a piece of that. And that's the leader you want to be in the future. Have that vision up front. Even make yourself a little, a picture of what it would look like and put it up in your office somewhere. Having that forward vision will allow you to start making ways to get to that. So really see yourself as a confident leader. What do you see? Do you see decisive, great relationship builder, motivator, great communicator, all those sorts of things? If that's what you want to be, build that vision and have it there all the time to remind yourself that's what you're heading towards. Number 6, hire a coach or get yourself a mentor, because that's going to fast track you. They're going to be able to step in and give you some advice, some insights, some really golden nuggets that you can take away with you. And it could be already a leader in your business now that you admire and think's great, and say, hey, listen, can I catch up with you once a fortnight just for 40 minutes? Because I'd really love to have you as a mentor. And see what they say. I'm sure that they would, try and find the time for you. That will help you build your confidence. And then the last one, number 7, is there's lots of leadership courses out there. Okay, so just be mindful that there is ways to gain this information. You can do online leadership courses. You can do face-to-face leadership courses. There's leadership books out there that you could read. So just be a sponge. Take in all this information that you can do. If you're interested in joining Team Leader Toolkit, which is an online 12-month program that takes you through a journey of leadership, then contact us on ask@teamleadertoolkit.com and we can tell you all about it. But there's other stuff out there that you can do. So just see what sort of suits you. So quickly going through them again, try and make sure that you manage your emotions, okay? Don't become this person who's doing all these wavy things when something happens. Manage your emotions and, act accordingly. Number 2, don't be indecisive, okay? So make sure you've got conviction in your decisions. And if you do need time to make a decision, then, just have conviction in that. Yes, I think we need to make a decision here. Give me 5. I'm going to go and do some investigating and I'll come back and we'll have a chat about it. So make sure you do that. Number 3, put a smile on your face and don't look like the nervous ninny sitting in the side of the room. Don't be the wallflower. Come forward, put a smile on your face. Have presence when you stand. Act confident, even if you don't feel it, okay? Number 4, know your strengths. So uncover what your strengths are. Some you might know about, some you might not know about, and leverage off those strengths. They're really good parts of you that nobody else has got, that nobody else can do quite as well as you can. So leverage off those strengths. Number 5, have vision. What is that leader that you want to be? So, all of those things that you want to be in the future, whether it's from somebody that's already led and managed you and you thought they were really great, doesn't really matter. Have that forward vision, so that's something that you're going to aspire to be. Number 6, hire a coach or a mentor. Get someone that can give you feedback, that can give you real-time information when you need it and share their insights with you and stories with you. Someone that you trust and someone that you feel like you can share lots of information with. So get a mentor. And the last one, number 7, be a sponge. Take on as much information as you can through face-to-face courses, online courses. There's books, there's articles, there's all sorts of things. So it doesn't matter how you take on information, whether you're visually or kinesthetic, whether you read, write, whatever, you can take on this information and it'll help you along the way. So I hope that helped. The 7 tips for feeling more confident in your role. If you've got any burning platforms, if you've got any issues, problems, something that's really, really bothering you right now, why don't you ask us at ask@teamleadertoolkit.com. We'll make a little short video of it and we will get it out to you as soon as we possibly can. But until then, I'm just turning you off.